So, um, where we kind of left off was you had asked for help from Kainar, I believe, and Kainar had just basically bust in through the door to come save you guys when you pretty much did it on your own anyway. We met met a fucking unicorn, guys. Big things
It literally
happened.
made a arch nemesis.
Yeah. Um, met our first unicorn. Big things happening there. And yeah, just uh, getting into what what was happening at the finish. So as we kind of like dive back into where we were, Neil uh, is very much like, obviously you're kind of already beginning to feel the house get back to a bit more of the vibe that it used to have. So it's currently not feeling quite as demonic. Um, the pool of water to your side, where there was a sort of an elemental coming out, seems to have become still ever since the portal. Well, the person who you defeated through the portal. I think we went through loot and stuff. Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I did. I don't know if we did go through loot and stuff. I think you literally
No, we
just beat
didn't.
him, didn't you?
Sorry. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
muted. No, the first boss we did, the one that was running around in the triangle, but that second boss, because literally what ended the last session was I was impaled by a unicorn.
Yeah, yeah, actually. So, as we return, and I might get you guys to do a quick recap in a moment, but just sort of like to set the scene of as we return, literally a unicorn is fading away as it impaled the fuck out of Kanye, um, who took a couple of cheap shots. The unicorn fades away. Pebble, your rage ends. There is currently still like swirling portal of fire. It does seem like the pool of water though has stilled. You don't know 100%, but it feels like something that was held over this place snapped. The pool's still open, but it's a lot less stable at this point. And we're kind of jumping back in, I guess. Unless anybody would like to recap, or is that enough?
I mean, last session was a lot of admin as well. I mean, we
Yeah.
tied up a lot of loose ends. We found out some information on
Right.
like what we need to be doing.
Do you want to recap kind of the story points then? I guess, and I'll give you advantage for recapping for me.
Pebble and Kanye woke up super hungover, realized that they spent a lot of money last night, pissed off a lot of people, and broke a lot of shit. We ended up paying for stuff. We ran into what's in it, Silnar. He told us that he's going to Water Deep. Also told me there's some issues with House West that I should address and go over there. We talked to the dude we saved and who initially hired us. He said he was going to go look for this sort of spells, the forge of spells. Sorry. He knows the location. I think it was east, like directly east or west of Phandalin. He's going to be digging for 10 days, or we can go and help him and get it quicker. That's where he thinks his brothers are. Cal, help me if there's anything else we did there. And then after that, we went to Cragma Cave.
Yep.
Buried Lassie.
Where you've stored the Lassie sarcophagus. Yeah, I don't think you got to the point of burying it yet.
As opposed to buried.
Yeah.
Oh, but I thought I played the song I made for him, Lassie the Racist Dwarf.
You did. We did.
So we haven't. I thought we buried him.
We put him to one side, but I don't think we've fully buried him yet. I think he's just in Cragmore Cave at the moment. There's not. You picked out a spot in Crackmore Cave, but
Oh, but we haven't had the ceremony.
you haven't had a ceremony or anything like that yet.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So that. Then we decided to go into the house, the mansion, the dimension
Yep.
thing that we got, and met Nil. Didn't trust him. Still kind of don't trust him. He got that dope rapier. We fought some shit. Then we fought some more shit. Kanye fucked up a unicorn.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Totally took that unicorn, made him his bitch, and that's where we're at.
Uh,
It wasn't remembered
sure
exactly
about
that
that.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What's
just
your
didn't
history,
realize how
Kanye?
badass unicorns are, man. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Unbelievably hedged.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most like clutch fucking summons ever. Like it's
That was
exactly
amazing.
what we
Yeah.
needed. It was exactly what we needed.
Yeah. It it was all
Rage table don't lie.
yeah. It was pretty good. So you guys are all kind of a little bit as we finished that. Kaye's in another room. Obviously, Pebble, you kind of witnessed all of that. I think Pebble was learning a lot about Kanye in the last like 2 or 3 days worth of game time. Um, so we're going to be kind of finished there. We've got kind of like a little bit of time before the people that you asked to arrive kind of like fully get there. Unless you're eating, if your camera's on, just to because we're going to probably be doing a lot of the role playing today. Um, is there anything you guys want to do just as this sort of like you know before we have the next kind of lot of people arrive? Is there anything that you particularly want to get done?
Probably wants to inspect Veil Swarm's body.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I want to inspect the pool of water as well, see if there's anything suspicious going
Okay.
on.
Can I get
Pebble wants to look at the pool.
okay. The portal, I'm gonna say, is either a. I will. I'll allow you to make either an Arcana or a Religion check for the portal, Pebble. Um, and then can I have Neil and Kanye both roll investigation?
Ooh.
Ooh. Three.
So 3.
10.
Uh, nice.
It taunted me with a nat 20 and then flipped to an 8.
So Neil, you were looking at the body. Okay, interesting. And you probably rolled the highest. Damn. Let me just find my shit. I will post up what you find on the body. I have it. I just need to dig it out. I think
That's cool.
that you find a demon hide whip, which I might have already put in your thing from the last one, and the gate candle stubs. If not, then they are on D&D Beyond. So you should be able to find them. So there's like a whip and some like candle stubs near the body, sort of around the altar where the portal is. That's what you find, and I will post that in the handouts. Uh, right. Um, so that's what you find in sort of like the room. You, Kanye, look at the pool. Man,
Get lost in my own reflection.
you're just so fucking handsome. The way you fucked that unicorn up, goddamn. Goddamn, Kanye. You're
Write a
just
ballad about it.
you're just so good. Uh, this is like in your head. You're currently writing, or you know that big like Kanye rant with all the like mad lights where he just like auto tunes his voice. In your head, you're writing a whole rant
Yeah.
about unicorns.
Yeah.
Pebble. It's a fiery, swirly, portally thing. You know, you love them. It's interesting. Looks kind of cool. Like maybe it would make a do you know what, Pebble? You're like this. This would make a really sick like color for a glaze for some pots.
Yeah.
And you don't really get anything else out of it. Is there anything you want to quickly say? Because you can kind of just, I would say, thinking about passive perceptions and so forth. Neil, you begin to hear
Yep.
footsteps. Shortly followed by Kanye, you then also begin to hear footsteps. Pebble, Pebble, just this fire swirly thing is fucking mad. You don't hear the footsteps. um, and
I'm not in the same room as Kame, right? So can I go into stealth?
you want to stealth on the people possibly coming? Yeah. I guess if you kind of hide behind the altar, you can stealth.
Yep. Cool.
23, nice.
Yep.
Okay. I don't think any of them have a high enough passive perception for that. Let me just double check something quickly. Um, cool. Yeah, you'll feel fairly confident that you are hidden. Um, as three people enter into the the room that you so recently fought in. Kanye, you're over by the pool. Pebble is over by the portal, and Neil, you're kind of hidden uh,
Yep.
behind the altar. Um, as they enter, you see a familiar face of Kainar, the dragonborn woman in her sort of like very very sort of like rich, fabulous looking sort of like deep kind of forest green robes, like copper sort of dragon scales, um, with just like fully decked out and toweringly tall. Like we're talking sort of 7 foot tall at least. Followed by a short sort of halfling looking bloke. He's got like a leather sort of overcoat thing. He is wearing kind of like comfy looking boots, comfy looking like tunic. Um, but you can see that there's a symbol stitched into the side of his coat that you, Kanye, would recognize means he is basically working with the Lord's Alliance. Um, and in particular, it looks like there's another small symbol that you would recognize as being the symbol of the Waterdeep City Guard. Followed by a sort of, it's always really difficult to tell with elves how old they are because they live for so long. But this is, she looks sort of like early 30s woman, red hair, quite sort of like stern looking, um, and just wearing like nice sort of like furs, and bow on her sort of strung across her back. Um, yeah, they wander in. What are you guys doing?
Welcome to our crib.
Uh, I think Kainar in particular is very confused. Like this
Yeah,
whole
we didn't
place
need your
is
help.
this whole place is, by the way, is like seething with demonic energy right now. Like this very much feels like sort of infernal planes. Um, the smell of sulfur quite thick through the air. Um, kind of looks at you, saying, "We don't need your help," and then just stares at this portal of rippling fire.
Oh yeah, we could use your help closing that. That's kind of an issue. Sure.
Pebble like, don't close.
Yes.
Can we? Does she know where that's going? You like stuff, right?
Roll a persuasion check.
I can do that. So that's an 18.
18. She like pulls out like sort of like little half moon spectacles and stares at the portal. Moves a bit closer. Are you running out of the way? Because she's definitely going to be close enough to see you, Nil, unless you're like continue hiding.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue hiding.
Okay. She. Ah, a warforged. It has been some time since I have seen one of your kind. It appears this leads to one of the 9 hells.
Doesn't seem like a nice place to go visit.
Perhaps it seems like Avernus or Dis.
Is there something that I can, like, within hand reach a pebble that you can throw through the portal?
Yeah, there's like bits and pieces of the like altar, like candlesticks. You could throw something through there if you wanted to.
Yeah, can I throw a bit of the altar through the portal to see what it does?
Okay.
Sounds eerily familiar.
Kainar looked really like a bit like what is going. I would not recommend
What does it
doing.
again?
Seeing Nil's master do it, Nil throws something in.
Cool. Enough. And she waves her clawed hand, and as she does, you see the portal just shrink down and disappear.
Pebble's gonna sulk.
As that happens as well, you feel
Would
already that the kind of like scent of sulfur is beginning to dissipate slightly.
roll a check to see if that was spatial magic or not?
Yep.
Arcana or
Arcana.
perception? Arcana. Oh, Nil has no idea.
No. Neil, you're still not 100% sure what magic is.
As an arcane trickster, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Like, this is way too complex. This doesn't even look like magic. It just looks like waving.
Yeah. Nil waves in the corner.
You are lucky. We could come so soon.
Well, we could have used you a little bit earlier, but we appreciate the help. There's a big unicorn. I fucked him up. There's a dude with a whip.
You know, fuck up unicorn.
Shut up, Rock.
It seems things have become interesting since we last spoke. Where are your companions?
Well, one of them died, as you know. Thanks for that, by the way. That was cool. Then
Roll a persuasion check to see how guilty you make them.
Okay, give me a second.
Nil's head tilts a little bit to see the guilt.
That's an 18.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhat guilty, but not too bad. Thing is, I feel like you've just now made 18 my baseline.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, fair.
That is
It
what
would
will
have
happen.
had to be quite impressive to get a lot out of her, basically.
Okay. And then I think the other friend's praying in some woods somewhere.
I see.
It's just now me and the Rock and the little tin boy over there.
I cannot speak for the automaton, but you and this genasi, you may join.
What you
Yeah.
call Pebble?
Yeah. That's
Genasi,
Pebble named Pebble. Pebble Big Gnome.
you are a genasi.
You are a smelly. Why you... What?
shh. Quiet now, Pebble. Quiet now.
It seems you are uneducated in your birthright.
He was raised by gnomes, we believe. We've actually met his mom. She's a really sweet lady. Yeah,
I
he's
have brought companions to witness you join. Pray
Yeah.
welcome to Jahira and Velen.
Hi guys. Nice to meet you.
You get a kind of a dirty look from the elf, but the halfling walks up to you and goes, "All right, mate. You're looking a little bit familiar."
Yeah, I get that sometimes. You do know our friend Sildar?
Yeah, I know Sildar. Yeah. He's all right, Sildar. Yeah.
And I should be back in Waterdeep now.
No. Well, when did he leave, mate?
Yesterday.
Mate,
Should be heading to Waterdeep. He will be en route to Waterdeep.
maybe en route, yeah, but Waterdeep's quite far away there, fella. You're not very good at distances, are you?
No, in time periods they kind of, go in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. Thing is, Waterdeep's quite far away. Couple of days at very least. And he'll be on horse, old Sildar, because I know that, because I look after his griffin when he ain't around. So I know it's still back in the stable at Waterdeep.
Yeah, he's definitely on a horse because we had to buy him a new one. Oh, that's something that happened. Yeah, welcome to our home though.
Here, are them
Can't wait
owlbears out there yours?
Yes, they are. Owly and Lassie the second.
Fine creatures you got.
They are.
The female's very powerful. Good mating stock.
I see. No, I see. You're a man of culture.
I am indeed. I raise all of the griffins for the Griffin Knights in Waterdeep.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for something right now. Yeah. Let's get this ceremony going.
Right then. And you all robot butler?
Equal.
Yeah. If he wants to join, he can join. He's with us now.
Yeah,
Nil, do you want to be
sure.
part of the group?
I mean, I'm not going to do voices because I'm at work, but am I allowed to leave the mansion?
Of course not.
With that, you know that you can leave. All you ever needed was permission.
Yep, that's why I was more of, not a question for you, it was a question for Ben. Yeah, Nil will leave to go explore.
But first, you're currently in this room. The halfling Says, "Well, I guess here's as good a place as any if you want to join. Uh, there ain't really a proper ceremony for it. It's a bit, slapdash. There's like a snort from the elf woman, who obviously doesn't agree. Um, well, I'll let you know the code of conduct, and then I guess we just swear you in with the traditional words, right? Sound good to you, fellas?
Sounds groovy.
Right. Well, of course, you're technically probationary members until you do your first mission for us, and I'll talk to you about what might go on there in the future. But for now, the harbour's code. We, the harbours, work against villainy and wickedness wherever we find it, being ever mindful of the consequences of what we do. We think everyone should be walking free of fear and live their life the way they want. We think that rules is alright as long as the people enforcing them are alright. Freedom for everybody, balance for everybody. Never let pride rule the deeds of a true harper. We look after our own, and any harper who hears the call to personal power, yeah, who sees his power, yeah, he's a traitor, and traitors must die for freedom to live. Without past, no being can appreciate what they have and where they may be going. Is that understood, fellas?
Understood. And I pour out a
Lovely.
little bit of shot of my mushroom wine.
Nice. Do you give him some? Do you give Pebble some?
Yeah, I give him some. I give him some.
Oh, that's lovely stuff, that is. That's a bit of me, mate. Right then, let me tell you of what it is to be a harper. You get to repeat a little bit at the end. A harper holds peaceful sharing of the lands above all other goals. By sharing, we mean all races living in and under the land, where each prefers to live, trading together, where desire and need stir them to respecting each other's olds and ways without the daily bloodletting it all too often hold sway in the realms today. We must fight, it seems often enough, to keep our swords and our tempers sharp enough. But know ye, all of us fight when we must or die. Ye only hear of blades drawn and death and spells hurled, and never know of the many, many times that a quiet word or a skilful deal has turned enemies aside. So, that is the true harper way. Repeat after me, subtle and quiet,
Subtle and quiet.
behind the shouting,
Behind the shouting,
trust and wisdom,
trust and wisdom.
and outfoxing others is what we deal in.
Outfoxing others is what we're dealing. Cal's
Lovely
taking a pill, by
stuff.
the way.
That's right, mate. Lovely stuff. Well then, I guess that means you're a harper. So I've got some pins for you, lads. And he just like reaches into a pocket, and this is like roll an insight check, Cardio.
That's a 3.
So 3. Fair enough. This seems legit. Like this seems pretty. You know, I guess this is how all secret societies are. Um, he hands you off the harper pin. Well, now I guess you're one of us, and if you come to Waterdeep as soon as you're able, we can give you your first proper quest. Although I think Kainar needs you to do a couple of little jobs around here, but your first proper quest for the Harpers will do in Waterdeep. If that's all right, mate, 'cause that's where I am, and I'll be
Yeah,
your
we're heading that way
contact.
in a minute. Yeah,
Uh,
we're heading that way in a minute, in a while, so it works for us.
he also pulls out a familiar-looking stone. You have a second sending stone. This time it is Balin's sending stone. You can contact me on this. I'm also the contact for if you guys need transportation, particularly if you guys need to borrow a griffin from time to time. I can sort you out. Of course, if you kill any of my lovely little griffins because of stupidity or some other shit, then first of all you'll owe me 5,000 gold. And second of all, you ain't gonna be fucking having many griffins in the future. Is that understood?
Understood. Understood.
Marvelous stuff. Right. I guess we get pissed now then, yeah?
Yep.
Neil brings out some glasses on a tray.
Lovely robot butlers.
Take some of my halfling leaf as well.
Nice. He is absolutely puffing away on this stuff. Oh, that's fucking gorgeous, that is. Oh, that's a nice bit of me, that. Oh, it's very relaxing. It's a body hide. That's what I like. You know.
Can I do an insight check on the elf?
You can.
Kanye's just vibing with this guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't think about.
That's a 5. I'm not good. Yeah, Neil
Yeah.
doesn't know anything.
Neil
Neil tries
knows
to pass
nothing.
him a glass, but yeah.
She's just ignoring you, pretty much. Just kind of wandering around, checking
Can I
out
offer
this
her
place.
some? I offer her some of the gnomish wine.
Persuasion.
Come on. Ooh, that's a 26, baby.
She seems to.
That's a 26, Wolf.
She seems to warm to you. She's like basically not really said anything to anybody here. So she is an interesting one to be, but kind of seems to like look at you as a bit of a like, okay, oh, all right, yeah, not too bad. She says, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
she's
I didn't realize you were expecting me to say something there.
she's drinking mushroom wine.
Dope. Let's get fucked up.
You see also Kainar just like pull out like brightly coloured bottles from like a bag next to them. They smell like they don't smell right, but she seems to be enjoying them, just drinking them. Yeah, you guys getting fucked up then? I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, that seems in character for us.
Yeah,
For sure.
that feels the most realistic of what you're gonna be doing. So you guys are all just getting fucking crunk, drinking. I think you'd all after a certain amount of time probably just sort of pass out from drinking. You can all take your long rest at this point.
Neil doesn't sleep because he can't.
Yeah, but you still have to take long rests.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I just have to stand still for a certain amount of time, I think.
Yeah. So you are, still able to kind of pay attention to what's going on around you, but you are kind of inactive for those 6 hours of the long rest. By the time you wake up, already the the manor is starting to look a little bit more normal, and you can smell baking bread as you wake up.
That would be me remembering that the kitchen is automatic.
We have an automatic kitchen? Oh, that's dope. Oh, okay.
So
Okay. How do we learn more about this place? I mean, like, there's a library we haven't discovered and shit like that. Was there more?
So Neil would be able to answer any questions about this place. Neil, what you would know is that the kitchen will automatically make food for up to 100 people a day. So it will feed all the goblins as well. So you don't need to worry about buying food for them anymore.
Yeah, but it's cool. Now they're allowed to go into the town, so I'm still happy we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
yeah, I guess we let the goblins into the area as well and tell them
are you exploring anywhere else in the...
Yeah, I'd like to check out the rest of the place, man.
Okay.
I want to check out the library, and I think there's some other rooms on the other side of the place.
Library and a dungeon, and then another part of it as well, I think.
There's a dungeon.
There is a dungeon, yeah.
Oh.
So there was the lab, which obviously also as you wake up, Kanye, I think it's fairly obvious.
Hmm?
Like you go over and
Oh,
you
there's
just
my
kind of
Wi-Fi
grab
coming up.
yourself a sip of water from the thing, forgetting about what happened yesterday, and there's nothing there. Like it's just a pool of water at the moment. Um, Neil though would know that it used to be more than just a pool of water.
He just left.
Oh yeah, he's got work, I think. But you would
Yeah.
know.
Oh, sorry about that, boys.
That's all right, bud. If you got phone calls and shit, you got phone calls and shit.
Back now.
But you're now a Harper. Both of you boys have joined the Harpers. You made a new friend who is now your new contact. So his name is Valen. He's your new.
Um, yeah,
He's
I'm
your
just gonna add the calling stone to my.
yes. Simply another sending stone.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And he is basically he it works exactly the same as your other one did. He you know sees and knows what's going on. So are you going to check out the rest of the house? Is that what's happening next?
Yeah.
So and if you miss that
I'm
cow,
heading out.
you get that's all right, bud. Have fun at work. Just tech. I'll get into it later. um, If you, just in case you missed it, Cal, this place makes enough food for 100 people every day.
Wow. Okay.
So it works similar to a Magnificent Mansion spell does, in that it will just automatically make enough food for 100 people every day. So
Well,
you
there's
don't
no
need to worry
feeding
about
the goblins issues. Yeah.
yeah. So you don't need to worry about feeding the goblins as long as there's less than 100, provided you have this place. Um, yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Out the library.
Okay. So you go out. The first door is like really that you see is like really heavily sort of like barred up and like quite solidly locked. This is obviously the dungeon that Neil was referring to. There's a set of like a corridor that leads past the armory where the mimic is. There is like a bunch of what Neil has told you is bedrooms, and then there's the library, which is kind of near the kitchen. Which, like I said, you can smell like fresh made bread. Uh, the smell of sulfur has disappeared. This place still looks like dilapidated, but you can see as you're moving through that there's some sort of thing going on, and you also see Kainar is like just tracing random magical patterns, and as they do, like things like small cracks in the floor start to sort of seal up. They're doing something to repair your mansion.
Oh, that's very nice of her.
Yeah, she's just kind of standing away, just doing it. It feels. Roll an insight again. Let's see if you can gather anything from this.
That's 9.
9. I think 9 is enough to tell that she's kind of just. This is this is very simple work for this. This is an extremely powerful uh, archmage, and this is like, oh, this is a nice, cool thing. I'm going to play with this toy. It's a bit broken, so I'll fix it. Kind of vibe. So you go to the library. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. You head down to the library. Um, uh, there was like the door to the library is like slightly open. It is surrounded by bookshelves, but completely caked in like dust. Bookshelves are like lining the floor, the like floor to ceiling. Apart from there's like a small unlit fireplace, ash in the like center of it, um, and it looks like somebody's put fresh logs for some reason next to the fireplace. Um, the shelves closest to the door are like in decent order. The ones further in are just kind of like half filled, all messed up. There's still like books and scrolls and papers just all over the floor and the chair. And then, yeah, that's kind of what you see as you first kind of enter.
Can I investigate to see if there's anything worth in the
Yep.
room? Oh, come on. 2.
So, you don't see anything straight away. If Pebble helps you, you can roll that with advantage, though.
Yep.
7.
7. You don't find much. What you do find is one thing on the chair. It looks like there is a bright red book. It seems a bit, it's a little bit weird looking. This kind of like book, because it looks oddly like that doesn't look like leather, if you know what I mean.
It's human leather. Can I go pick up the book?
You can absolutely pick up the book. You would need to identify this.
I can do that.
But it ripples with a tiny bit of magic.
Alright, I identify it.
This is a very rare manual of flesh golems. So the thing that you fought before, this would allow you to create a flesh golem. It wouldn't be cheap, and I'll post exactly what you need. You couldn't do it at the moment, but you could in the future possibly make a flesh golem, basically.
Kanye's army grows stronger.
I know. I'm giving you all these chances. I just foresee the end game of this campaign is just going to be Kanye and the Goblin Army and his like army of constructs and shit, just marching forth on some motherfuckers. You can see it now.
Yeah, we can't do that yet, for sure.
So, and I also put in the things that D found in the handouts channel as well. But those are all the things that you found. Other than that, you're looking around. It's just kind of like messy in here. Hard to see a lot of what's going on. You do see that there's like a couple of what look to be like letters on the desk. One name rings a bell, which is Order of the Gilded Eye.
Order of the Gilded Eye. Sorry, I'm just. Should I mean, I'll put this stuff into my inventory, I guess.
Yeah, you can.
Just give me a sec.
I've made the items, I think. So
Awesome.
You should be able to just add if you search for it on thingy. I think there should already be like a manual.
What is gate handle stubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the manual as well.
Yeah. Should be. I think I made them all.
Flesh golems. There's 2.
What kind of weapon is that demon hide whip? Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm just checking it out right now.
I think it's the kind of thing that would be a good. It would be good for whoever uses finesse weapons, pretty much. But you know, I'm sure you'll find a use for it at some point.
And shoot at people.
Yeah.
Demon hat. So I'm just checking out. As long as deep red leather and is always warm to the thoughts of creatures. This is what makes a noise. What makes a noise of pain? Okay. Which is the feeling of malicious joy searching. Yo, what the fuck is this? The demon whip has reach of 10 feet and deals. What the fuck is this wolf?
It's 2 3d6.
What the fuck, dude? This is so messed up.
It's a demon's whip, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, it's just so malicious. All right, yeah, we'll definitely have some use.
There's some Kanye torture stuff coming up in a future session that we're all going to be very uncomfortable about. So that's kind of you've joined the Harpers. After basically like setting in motion the fixing of this place, Kainar comes up to you again and says, "I deeply apologize for the loss of your companion. I will offer something that may be interesting for you. I have healed this place for now. This is an old mansion. I have also cleansed the pool in the chapel. You will be able to heal yourself within this, and it also gives the benefits of the restoration spells when used. If you were to lose a limb, this could also return it, a gift in honor of your lost companion. If you wish to expand the mana, you will need to cast higher level spells than you are able to. However, if you are in Waterdeep for Valen, you could visit an old friend.
Anya, you have friends?
Indeed, Genasi, I do.
Me no Genasi.
You are indeed a Genasi. You should talk to your parents to know your heritage. If you are in Waterdeep, seek out my friend. His name is Kendrick. He has come from a interesting way of looking at magic. He is unusual and deranged, but will give you spells cheaply.
Keep good. Is
Uh,
Taylor there?
don't know. I think he's just muted himself again, but I don't know.
Yeah, so I did.
If you would like to, Taylor, and obviously Pebble can try and help you with this, you could roll a history check.
Yeah, that will help.
Good job,
Yeah,
Pebble's
that's
help.
good. Sorry, guys, I'm muting myself because Chelsea's blast.
That's all right. I could hear the music in the background. I'm sure that's Chelsea. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
16.
A 16 is enough to know a little bit about this guy. Um, Kendrick is an extremely famous magical person that you have definitely heard of. No one knows how old he is. Um, no one really understands what he's got going on. Um, Kendrick is famous for making a pact with making a pact essentially to gain knowledge. And when his patron came to sort of collect on a debt, he managed to trick them and then defeat them. And he is also famous for, as a consequence of that, never being able to sleep. Um, he's extremely
He
powerful,
killed a
and
god.
he basically picked a fight with a very, very powerful genie, and kind of won, but was cursed to never sleep. And is like, you've never met him, but he's famous for basically doing stuff that is insane, but has extremely like powerful magic.
Sorry, I keep unmuting myself. Okay, go. Dope. Ominous, but cool. Genies exist in this?
They do.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. After talking to you, Kainar, and the elf, who still hasn't said anything other than thank you once to you, wanders off. Valen stays, and says, "All right, mate. Is it all right if I stay for a couple of days just to get the girls settled before we move on again? And also, I'd like to, you know, have a look at your owlbears because they're marvelous, marvelous creatures.
Mikasa is Sukasa. You're
Lovely,
always welcome here.
marvelous stuff, mate. Right, and then he heads off out of the manor as well. So the Harpers have left. You've joined. You need to meet up with them in Waterdeep. He didn't give a time, like, and you can basically get him to send you a griffin as transport, which is much faster than going anywhere by horse. But obviously, you don't get a wagon or anything.
Right. Yeah. I forgot we were carrying around a big wagon. But
Yeah.
well, that was something, wasn't it, Pebble?
He called me slur. You know, like.
She's just a very confused little gnome, aren't you?
Me big gnome.
The biggest, mate. The biggest.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing now? You've gone to the library. You found.
Check out, I guess, the dungeon.
Okay. You head into the dungeon.
Also, sorry, is the music annoying? Like, I'm not sure how much you're hearing.
I just kind of
it's
getting
fine.
like random bass beats. It's not. I can't. It's not
Yeah.
that annoying. It's fine. What was it? Okay, so as you enter, basically, there is a. Oh. There is basically a spectral figure floating in a cell in front of you. So there is like the room's like dimly lit. There's like a blue glow. There's two cells that take up your
Are you still there?
space.
Oh, Wolf, you just cut out there, man.
Sorry, bud. It's the internet is dodgy. So you enter into this room. It's like dimly lit, and there's two cells. One cell is empty but covered in like scorch marks and like chalk, and the other is occupied by a an elven woman, just made of like translucent blue light. Currently, she's sat on top of a skeleton, just like crying.
Well, how'd he do?
Um, okay. She seems to be ignoring you at the moment.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts?
Um, yeah, you can.
So at the first go, I get like just the base level
Yeah.
thinking.
She seems to be ignoring you. She does know you're there, but doesn't really care for it. She is. It's kind of hard to get 100% of 100% of sort of what's in her head. You see somebody wearing similar armor to the guy that you killed, like grabbing her and dragging her through a forest, and then uh, basically locking her in this place, and then you have like lots of like fractured images of this guy in armor just talking about how he's gonna like use the devil's powers against them, and he's gonna like you see him like slowly kind of descending into madness, and then it kind of loops back around to her being taken. Like this is like a loop that she's thinking of.
Hi there. Don't mean to bother you, but just so you're aware, we're the new master place. Uh, you all right?
Um, uh, she continues to cry.
Pebble, what do you think we should do here? I'm not good with this type of stuff. I can't hear him. Callum, I can't hear you, man.
Yeah, I can't hear you. At the moment. Oh, just now I can. Yeah. Yeah, I need to turn you up a little bit. I think. Right. So, what are you planning to do, basically? Are
Pebble
you
guy's dead.
are you trying to persuade her, or what are you trying to get out
Yeah.
of her?
Trying to persuade or trying to console the girl.
Roll a persuasion check.
18.
18. 18 is enough. She kind of stops crying for long enough to kind of look at you and says, "Truly, he is dead."
Oh, you cut out again.
Truly, he is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, we got his whip and everything.
Okay. Then bury me. Bury me underneath a tree.
Yeah? Is that your body?
Yes.
And who are you? What is your name?
I am Lady Temerian.
Well, can I do a history check? Maybe I know who this girl is?
Yeah.
It's a 4.
You
I
don't
wish we
know.
had a smart person in our fucking group sometimes.
Yeah, you don't know.
Smart.
Pebble is the smartest. um,
Yeah, we could do that, I guess. Is that all you want from me?
that is all.
Do any messages you want me to send? Gold you want me to find? I don't know.
There is something. You could. How do I put this? Uh, could perhaps go to the forest, the high forest. Seek out my people.
The high forest.
The high forest. Seek out my people.
Okay.
Glarakindar.
Okay. And we can do that. Where? Yeah. Do I know where the high forest is? Is that like a landmark?
You do know where the high forest is, because you've been told stories about the high forest since you were a kid. Roll a quick intelligence check.
Just intelligence.
Yeah, not a save, just a check. Wow, 2 minus 2.
Whoa.
Uh,
Oh yeah. That was a save as well, man.
the name rings a bell. You don't you don't know where you've heard this. Like, you don't know where you've heard High Forest. You don't know where you've ever heard Glaraknar, but the names are familiar.
Yeah, we can do that if we're ever in that neighborhood. Um,
Then
Sweet.
bury me, and allow me to rest.
I'll bury you by one of our most noble warriors, Nuz.
Nice. Are you just going to take her out and bury her?
Yeah, yeah, why not?
I'll scoop up the bones.
Nice. She doesn't like attack or anything. Just you pick up her bones.
Great.
Yeah. That's kind of it.
Cool, 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 cool.
Right. Okay. Do you bury her bones then outside?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right next to Nuz.
As you do, you watch the figure begin to fade away and disappear. She's gone. And you know, with that, the whole house again like almost kicks up another gear of like whatever was like holding it back. Like when you go back in to look at the dungeon, it's like a brand new dungeon. Like why you need a dungeon, it's kind of suspect, but you have a brand new looking dungeon. Yeah,
Kanye's new torture room.
yeah. And then that's kind of the only place you haven't gone is the bedrooms, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we'll go in there.
You walk up to the where there's bedrooms. You find that there are exactly 4 rooms.
Kanye tries to take the biggest one.
As soon as you open the door to the first room, Kanye, it's kind of dusty in here still, like it hasn't been used for a long time. You see like dark wood paneling on the walls. You see big, like open, sort of like arched windows of glass looking out on this like gorgeous garden. You see like a wooden side table. In it is a pot of like roses, and the carpet is purple. The bed sheets are purple. The canopy is purple, and there is a silver rose on the wall.
Oh yeah, this is my.
For the brief time that you were staying there, this is exactly what your room looked like in the mansion of House West.
All right, all right. This is a bit of me, loving it here.
So this is like the room that you stayed in when you stayed in House West, like the peak like moment where you were like, "This is me." That's what it looks like,
Got it.
and that's the first room. Checking out any other rooms?
Yeah, let's check them all out.
The other rooms, one of them, one of them is like what almost seems like sort of like a stone floor, like quite sort of like thick wooden beams. There is it looks almost like kind of what would be like a stable for you, Kanye. And you can see that someone has like almost got 4 or 5 beds for much smaller people and like hammered them together to jury rig like a much bigger bed. Um, there's lots of like pottery tools on the floor, a shelf full of jars and kind of plates and things. They are crooked and some of them are pretty mashed up. Um, Pebble, this is your childhood bedroom.
Cal, I can't hear you again, man.
Yeah, it's not picking you up, I don't think.
I see that you're trying to talk.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be coming through though.
One sec.
That we heard.
One sec. One sec.
That was better.
You're trying.
Yeah. This is Pebble's little baby room. Very different from yours. It's like a straw bed. Your parents
Fuck it.
basically converted a fucking stable because gnome houses weren't really built for your size. So they moved house and converted a stable. And your dad basically nailed together a bunch of beds to jury rig you a bed that you could actually fit in. Like you're pretty sure, Pebble, if you lay on this, like your feet would be hanging over the edge. But this is definitely your childhood home that you so recently left.
Yay!
Yeah,
Pebble's like, visibly excited,
yeah.
and it's going to immediately lie on his bed.
It's
Alright.
just as like creaking under the weight, but holding, and just the same size as you remember. Like your ankles are sort of like hovering over in the void, but it's comfy. Reminds you of home. It smells familiar. Yeah,
Yeah, Pebble's just
uh,
going to stay there.
nice. Um, and as you go through, there's what appears to be like kind of a storeroom with a bunch of sort of like mechanical tools and things. And then the final bedroom is basically like a kind of uh, I don't think roll a religion check, uh, both of you, or one of you with advantage.
I got 13.
Uh,
4. Yeah, 13.
13 is enough for you to know that this last room looks like a room in a temple. Like,
Huh.
yeah.
Can I guess which god?
Um, doesn't seem like madly specific. This is just like a really bare bones, like, there's like a tiled floor, wooden walls. It's very like Spartan. There's like a very sort of like uncomfortable looking sort of stone bed with like something to kind of like cover it up. There's a small like cushion in the corner for meditating. Like an incense burner on a windowsill, but very like minimal anything.
Alrighty. Cool.
And those are all the rooms that you see.
Awesome. Well, I first give the goblins access to the place. Tell
Nice.
them to start scooping it up. Can the owlbears come in here?
The owlbears could get in. It would need like a fair bit of remodeling, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe
To
just leave them in the cave.
Yeah,
Leave them in
to
the cave.
kind of make them comfortable in this place. But you can certainly like bring them out food and things.
Yeah. I give some food to the mimic as well.
Okay, roll an animal handling check with advantage, please. Remember, you get
That's 20.
Well, you get your +2 as well, remember? So
So that's a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. So that's a 22, and that's a nat 1.
nice. You get the 22. The mimic comes out, eats the food you've given, walks up, sort of like bumps your shin, and then dives back into the pile of rubbish.
We'll be friends soon.
It
We'll be
seems
friends.
to seems
I'm
to
not.
like you.
I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing it. We're taking it easy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, it's a different day. Okay, so as we kind of come down to that, I think this is a good time to kind of like consider what you guys want to do for downtime, essentially, because there's no like pressing things. You've got
Yeah.
a job in Thunder Tree that you've been offered, which is in the same kind of region as where Dharma went to.
Sorry, who offered us the job at Thunder Tree?
That was one of the ones that was on the job board. It's to
Right.
take
Okay.
supplies
Sorry.
to a druid in Thunder Tree, but that was offered to you and has been there for a while, basically. It basically says, ask this guy if he can help you fight the dragon. Go deliver him supplies.
Oh,
Um,
yes. I remember now. And then
you
there's the
obviously,
armor.
and then the other one was that there's rumors of a warrior who had a dragon slaying weapon, essentially, from a century ago. It's apparently there might be something buried with them, but you know, it's rumors for the most. And then obviously, that Gundren is pretty convinced that the spider is in Wave Echo Cave with his
Yeah.
brothers, but that's going to take like 10 days or so. And you heard something about the dragon being like an issue in 2 months, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. That's,
You still got like a while, and I think Lassie told you guys the last problems with the dragon were when it was a full moon. It's probably like 20, 30, 20, 25 days until the next full moon. So you've essentially got maybe 2 months or whatever until whatever happens. So if you guys think about downtime, what you're planning to do, and then we'll work through that. I'm going to go for a slash.
yeah. I got into the bathroom.
By the way, guys, sorry if you just get like my fan going mad in the background.
That's all right. The only thing that's coming up is you're cutting out a fair bit.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't. I think that's just the internet is a bit shit. I can't. I don't know if it's the microphone or if it's the internet. You know what I mean? I don't think I can
mm.
get the. Is that better?
Yeah, I mean it's fine now. It's just like a
Yeah.
couple of times.
Yeah, I think it's the. I get like drop signal. It's an old house, and these are thick walls. And the signal is dodgy sometimes. Um, right. You've now got like time if you want to take downtime. As I said, Dharma's obviously gone. You, Pebble, know where he's gone because he left you a note. Um, but there's no like pressing concerns. Um, you don't know. You know, you've only really hung out with this dude for like 2 weeks essentially. Like it's been a mad 2 weeks. A lot has gone on, but like maybe he is like this and likes to take long breaks. Like you wouldn't know him well enough to kind of have 100% on his character.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if Pebble's gonna push to go directly to see Dharma,
You,
or at least to do the thing that's near him.
yeah, you still got the stuff with Lassie though. That's still not been done.
Yeah. So that the first port of call is gonna be burying Lassie, or interning Lassie at least. Then from there, I'm just trying to think. Pebble's motivation to be either go see Dharma because you like Dharma, and you want to say hello, and see how he's doing. How long has it been since we've seen him?
At this point, like honestly, I think or I think it's been maybe like 2 days, if that.
Uh,
It's pretty new. Yeah, so
yeah.
it would be 1, 2. Yeah, it's basically 2.5 days or so that it happened.
Okay. And how much time downtime would we have before we would say pick up before we could pick up a mission? Like
Well,
if I
I think we worked out that to make the tomb essentially, and to kind of like have some actual time to kind of learn things if you want to do things. That's going to take like 10 days or so, which is how long it's going to take for the digging out the entrance to Waveco Cave. To get to the
okay.
place where Dharma is would then be extra time on top of that. And I think if I remember how, let me just work out how the distance would be for you to get there. But I think it's something like, let me just do,
Hey, I'm back.
hello, buddy.
Sneaky. I'm sort of here. I'm listening, but if I leave suddenly,
Um,
you'll know why.
if you could borrow a griffin, you could get to where Dharma is in a day, maybe like 2 days basically of like riding. Um, let me just undo something. Sorry, I
Are we
have.
going over Pebble's free time?
Yeah, we're just about to do basically what you guys want to do for your downtime. But Cal just wanted to know, getting to get how long would it take to get to Dharma's thing? Or I was just going to let him know.
Does Martin want to come back as Dharma?
To the
Well, he doesn't know yet.
Mine's in two minds, effectively. He'd be fine for Dharma to come back. He'd be fine playing Dharma. He's interested in where the character's going. But he doesn't want him to come back in a way that would be weird or like counter to story.
He said to me, if you can persuade the dude, then he'll consider coming back. But otherwise, like he'll come with something else. Um,
Yeah. Eh, from an out of game perspective, he's happy to play him, but it'd have to make sense
for the story, I think.
uh,
Yeah.
for the story,
He did
as well
kind
as
of
the character.
yeah. He made the point that at this point, like Dharma very much didn't get into this. Like he had like quite a clear like this is his first experience of going out in like 100 years or so, and in like 2 weeks' time, he's got to know somebody really well, and just as he started to get on with them, they died. Like it's quite a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So um, to get to where Dharma would be is going to take you with horses, or sorry, with owlbears. It would be maybe like 2 to 3 days travel. On a griffin, you could get it done in like a day and a half.
Okay.
Probably like 3 days travel if you went fast on owlbears.
Yeah.
Um,
So what I'm thinking is Pebble is gonna want to see Dharma. And Dharma's given him a note. We figured out where he is.
yeah.
So Pebble's gonna want to do that. In the 10 days, it'll be digging and creating a grave for Lassie.
Okay. So
Um,
you want to make Lassie's tomb, I guess.
yep.
Okay. We're going to make a couple of checks for that in a little bit, and we'll kind of just do like day by day checks essentially from when we are. Kanye, what are you doing with your time?
Yeah, I think Kanye wouldn't be like going to see Dharma. Like he wouldn't be too interested in that, particularly because he didn't write anything in the note for Kanye. Uh, so I think Kanye would be doing like looking after the owlbears, making sure that mimics his friend,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
and then
So
looking over the business and getting shit like Uncragma up and
I
running.
think I think you need to make you're either gonna tame the owlbears or do business stuff. Basically, I think.
Tame the owlbears then.
Okay. Luckily, Valen is going to be sticking around because he was interested in your owlbears. So you get to make all of these animal handling checks with advantage, Kanye.
I
'Cause
think
he's
I
good.
already did because of.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you
All
already
right,
did
so
it with your thing, but you get your plus
yeah.
two and you get advantage.
Okay.
So he's going to help you out there. Um,
And I
and we'll,
start the breeding program.
yeah, we'll see about that. So I then you, Neil. Is there anything that you would want to be doing?
Neil would want to see the outside world like as quick as possible.
So is there any like thing in particular? Like, are you going to be like whatever?
No, no, Neil doesn't know where we are currently outside, so he
Just
wants
exploring
to
and
go
stuff.
outside and kind of go just explore. Yeah,
Nice,
because he has absolutely never been outside, so
nice.
I think as a character, that's what they would do.
Cool.
Also, how
So
far outside of character? How far is it away to the Dragon Slayer's grave?
to the Dragon Barrow. Give me 1 second. Let me just work out distance. I think it is. Sorry, some of them they have the like stuff really clearly, and some of them it's not that clear at all.
No, no, you're good.
It's about 40 miles northwest of Fandolin. So it would take you about 2 days travel to get there.
Would I be able to go there?
Uh, on your own?
Yeah, I wouldn't be coming, man.
I mean, you can if you want to go up and scope it out on your own.
Yeah, would it be? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would just search. I just like go sightseeing, like to the
Would
sites and stuff like that.
David? Would Nil have any allegiance? Like, just out of curiosity, would he want to?
I couldn't hear the last bit of you, bud.
Would he want to be around us?
Well, currently you are like the masters of the manor, so
So he
yeah,
still shows allegiance to the manor,
to the manor, yes.
right?
But you did say that he could go outside,
Yeah.
and he has
Okay.
not gone
Okay.
outside. So yeah, that would be it. But yeah, still allegiance.
Cool.
okay. All right. So you're going to be going up. Okay. I want you to make some survival checks for 2 days. going on your own. See if you basically manage to survival and stealth checks. Okay, so could you give me 2 survival, 2 stealth, and can I get 2 animal handlings from Kanye with advantage? Uh, cool.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I'll let Neil. And then roll. That's a 20. So I roll 4, and it's the best here.
yeah. Well, it's
So
out of those. So that's your first one is 20.
22 plus 2.
Yeah. Pebble, can you roll sleight of hand? I think we called it with adding your proficiency
So
with
20 and
Pebble's
22.
20 and 22. Okay. Like Valen is so impressed. You're a natural at this, mate. You really are. You are doing really marvelous work with Ali. And you by sort of day 3, you have the mimic literally eating out of your hand.
So he was a backpack, right? So he's just gonna be attached to me always on my back.
Nice. I'm all right with that. Yeah.
Sweet.
He like the mimic doesn't attack you, but it's not smart. I will say. You can get it to kind of follow you out, but it's not like the most intelligent thing in the world. It just eats things.
Can I speak? Can I speak with animals? Would it be an animal?
It's not an animal.
The beast, right? I'll have to wait till I'm level 6, then I can talk.
Pebble, can you roll to? I think we call them sleight of hand checks with adding your proficiency bonus for your 2 days of making a 2. Neil, you went out and you are super stealthy. You got super lost, and then you found your way again. You're just kind of wandering around in the woods, though. Roll a d20, D. Okay. So add plus
I got
2
a
to both
13
those.
and 11, so 15 and 13.
13, 13, cool. You aren't attacked, Neil, as you stay out at night. Once again. So Neil, I want another survival and stealth. Pebble, you make a really good start on creating this tomb. You're kind of like just working out the basics at the moment, like the basic shape of it. Uh, you found a spot in the cave. Neil, you return to Crackmore Cave. You really struggled to like make it there. Um, this whole thing is really new to you. You imagine that Neil, you could probably get there if you have directions. So Pebble, you've kind of made the basic outline of the tomb. Day 3,
Shouldn't I get magic items soon?
uh, day 3 or 4, two two figures walk towards you. One of them is very familiar to you as well, Kanye, but both of them are extremely familiar to Pebble. Pebble, you see Granite and Loam
Hey.
walking up the path towards you. Um, your mum is the first person to sort of like wander up to you, just give you like a big sort of hug and go, "Oh my darling Pebble, things are so hard for you, you little trooper." And she's just absolutely loving you. Your your dad, uh, your mum's still wearing like sort of armor, sword, shield. Your dad is wearing kind of like quite rough, sort of like basically just like comfy robes. He looks like quite serious looking, and he walks up to you, Kanye, and he goes, "Sorry, you're." He walks up to you, Kanye, and goes, "Me loan, me Pebble Dad."
I reach out my fist in a spud-like action.
He's like very serious, shakes your fist. "You look after me, boy.
Of course.
Loan like you. You
Pebble Dad, nice.
Ah,
Pebble." And then he turns to you, Pebble, and in Gnomish says, "Hello, my dear boy. How are you? We were
the
so
dearest
saddened
secret.
to hear about your friend's passing. Truly, you are grown now to see you so happy and strong. The
No
Earth
father
Caller
is
watches
joyous.
over you. The Earth Caller watches over you once more." And he runs up and kind of gives you a cuddle. You didn't get any of that, Kanye. You just got
yeah.
the
I'm
bit of
guessing
him.
Loam is Pebble's common teacher,
Pebble learned a lot from Low,
and takes after his father.
who is a very, very wise fellow. Uh, your dad, Pebble, says, "As soon as I heard, boy, I knew I had to come and help you build this tomb, just as I inter the people of our village. I will come to inter your friend." Um, your dad is gonna help. Um, uh, Pebble's mum then walks up to you, Kanye, and goes, "Well, hello there, Kanye. It's so nice to see you. And I bought your gift, the thing that you paid for all that time ago. I bought it for you. You don't need to worry about it. Here it is." And she hands you your
Bagpipes.
bagpipes that were
Yay!
created all that time ago. So
Ah,
I think it's called a bandolore in the thing, but it is basically bagpipes for you.
I immediately. How do you spell that?
So let me
Ban.
just see if I can add it to your inventory. I think it's
Yeah. Or just tell me how to spell it. And I immediately play a song for everyone. Last say the racist dwarf. It's fantastic. And that was a nat 20 for performance.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
You
Excellent.
laugh, you'll cry,
Um,
you'll kiss your friend goodbye. Right.
the whole cave stops. Uh, I'm going to say that was so good that Owly like begins to get a bit randy, um, uh, and wanders off with the alpha, to go and begin the breeding process, because that was just so lovely. What's this thing called again? Uh, right, let me just do the instrument of the bards. That's what I'm looking for. It is called the instrument that you have. If I find it. If I can't find it, I'll make it for you in D&D
Yeah,
Beyond. But
sounds
it's
good, man.
called a bandor. Right, I'll find it for you. Yeah. So, um,
So I'm just having a look at bandors now. Fucking awesome.
um, right.
Bandar. Okay. I completely forgot what my item was.
Right. It's called. Sorry, I'm just sorting something out so that you can get it on D&D Beyond.
Actually, I'm having a listen to one now.
Let's do this. Man, PayPal is live. So you have an instrument of the bards. I will show you what it does, but basically that is your thing for spellcasting. Your now you can use it. It will allow you to basically cast Speak with Animals, Entangle, Fairy Fire, Shillelagh.
I can fly as well.
Yeah, so you get one. I think it's one spell a day, and I think it's only once a day. But you get you can cast any of those spells. So I don't think you get. Oh yeah, sorry. You can cast Fly, uh, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil and Good, plus all the other things. So it's a really strong weapon for you. Um, so you can use it to cast the spells.
I just love the thought of Kanye West playing the bagpipes and flying off into the distance.
Yeah, so that's what you've got now.
Again, just stocking up on magical items.
Yeah, you are like the one person who has all of the magical items. Okay, so I should now be able to put it in your thing. Like I said, if not, I will put it in your inventory later on. I should have it at some point. Right. So you've got that now. What are we doing? There we go. I can add it to your equipment. There you go. You have it
Awesome.
now. It's called Foklukin Bandor, but it is your
I might give it
whatever.
a name. I might give it a name.
Yeah.
I need to think about it.
Yeah. Wow, this gives you a lot of charges. We may have to like make it
Yeah.
one spell just until you level up a bit more, because otherwise it's really
Yeah.
tough.
I was looking at that. I was like,
That's a
wolf.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Probably just to begin with, we'll make it so that it's just one spell a day, but we'll give you the chance to beef up a bit.
Oh man, this means I can move around my skill,
Yeah.
my
Just
spells.
just until you like basically once you level up, we'll give you more spell slots on it essentially. But
Is there
for
any
now,
performance modifiers?
yeah, actually, Sonic, that makes more sense. Just roll a performance check whenever you want to use it. You can have full access to it, provided you
Yeah.
roll performance checks for it. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It might
roll
go
a,
really poorly. It might go really poorly, but
yeah, roll a performance check at the beginning of the day, and we'll see how many charges you get.
cool.
Nice. Right. Um,
I have to attune to it as well.
yeah. So that's another of your attunement slots.
I'm full.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So you would be full up. Right. Okay. What are we at? Where are we at now? So apart from finally getting all of your shit, um, can I get for the last? Let me see. We've got one, two. So could I have another 5 checks. Animal handling for Kanye with advantage, and you can do sleight of hand plus proficiency with advantage, Pebble, to just
Nice.
sort of get this rolling.
How many?
Five of those.
So, how many?
How many days have I got for my stuff?
16.
1 second, let me just do thingy. You're currently back at the thing. You still got. You can go off and search again if you want, Neil. So
25.
Have we already explored the library? I'm assuming.
Yeah, we did. Oh, my investigation was really shit though. I got a manual of Flash Golem.
Yeah, I saw that.
25, 17.
Yeah, I might spend like
17,
2 days reading in the library, and then can I spend the rest exploring?
yep.
Sweet.
You can roll an investigation check and another combined survival and stealth. What damn?
And how many animal handlings?
It would be 5 with advantage.
5. So okay. How am I gonna do that?
Survival's a nat 1, so I'm not going to go anywhere. But
No.
the rest would.
Oh, I actually got a little notebook over here. My company just sent me a bunch of swag, so I have just like a bunch of like labeled things.
Nice.
Oh, dude, they sent me a really nice ballpoint pen. Dope.
Right. I have my rolls.
I'm just putting them up, but Neil, you can let me know if there's something in particular that you want to find out about. You're completely lost though. Animal handling. Dope.
I'm writing it down, so it's gonna do 10 of them. So that's 5.
Well, no, just do it in the order because I'll tick them off as we go along. Okay, cool. Advantage.
Not 20.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I'm rolling really well right now. So
Nice.
how many more do I have?
I think one more.
One more, right? 17.
Cool, dude. Solid. Doing
Really
very,
solid
very well.
rolls, yeah.
Really, really well. Okay. As you wake up, it's been basically about 7 days that you've been doing this. As you wake up this morning, you get about like 2 or 3 hours into the day, maybe kind of about midday today. You see someone riding a horse approach. Could I get perception check from whoever wants to make a perception check?
I can do it, but I mean, I'm not great. But
I imagine that Pebble's probably a bit busy, so probably Kanye and Neil.
that's a 1 for me.
Cool. You don't see anything. You don't even know there's a dude here. You're busy. Aldi has been getting really frisky in the last couple of days. Things are happening. And also, this Valen guy really, really likes you, by the way, Kanye. So, Neil,
Early. Yeah, that's fair. If you're back early. Sorry guys, I was just talking to Chelsea.
so what did you get, Neil, on perception?
Did he roll?
I don't know if he did.
I don't think he rolled.
There we go. He's 20.
A
30,
20.
20. Neil would recognise that this person is very like well put together, and he would also notice that they have a pin, which is exactly the same symbol and colour as the coat of arms that was in your room, Kanye.
So my coat of arms.
A rose in silver on a
Do I
purple
recognize
background.
I mean, I
When
don't
he
know that.
gets close enough, I think you recognise this. Without rolling, you see that this person's wearing purple with like silver stitching, wearing like a silver rose as a brooch, on like a sort of like purple like cloak. You wouldn't recognise this person, but this is certainly the colours and badges of House West. Please turn on your
I
camera. I need to
Sorry?
see. Please turn on your camera. You and Cal. I want to see your faces for this.
That was that.
Hey, bud. So.
Oh no! I know what's gonna happen.
So he pulls up and says, "Hear ye, hear ye! I am looking for the third scion of House West. He is known to frequent these parts."
Yeah, I guess that would be me.
You would be Sir Kanye of House West?
That's the one and only.
Thank you very much, sir. I have also been entrusted by a dwarfish fellow who spoke a little bit strange to hand over a note to the big tall mud man. Would that be you over there, fella, in the cave?
Aye, me clay, not mud.
He said that you'd be paying me 2 gold pieces for the trouble. Big clay man.
Who this?
Dwarf fella.
And he say 2 gold.
2 gold pieces for my trouble.
Okay, yeah, Pebble gives him 2 gold pieces.
He hands over a fairly exquisite letter. Would you like to open up your parcel, Taylor? And a scrabbly piece of paper which you can open up from your parcel.
Oh, you got a parcel as well? Okay.
And if you open up, that is the letter that you have received.
I don't want to break the seal. It's really cool.
It's like Christmas.
I gotta break the seal to get into mine. Wolf put his little stamp on it.
Yeah.
Go around the back of it. Look at that.
The shirt style.
Beautifully done.
Oh, this is jokes, man. Yeah.
That's a lot of coffee that's gone onto this.
Yeah. Yeah.
In no ways.
Oh, jeez.
Yours is a fairly long one, Taylor.
Yeah, dude, my one's huge, man. What the fuck have you just sent me? Yo, what the fuck?
There you go, bud. Ooh, I think I've cut out for a second.
Dude, it's back in front of me. This is great.
Why, who?
What is this?
I like your one.
That's good.
Dude, I have so much to read here. This is great. Okay. It starts, my darling boy. Daddy. I mean, yeah, guys, I'm not gonna read all right now. Fucking nuts. Yeah.
That's one for you to read in your own time. Yeah, you might want to read yours though, Pebble.
So this is in Gnomish, and Pebble will translate. Hey, big dirt gnome, it Gundren, Wave Echo Cave. I open now. You come, you kill spider. Bring elves. Also, bring brandy. Your friend here, he gnome. He speak good undercommon. He not drink, I hate him. Gun drink.
My one was slightly different from that.
You got like 2 pages, 3 pages. It's a bit different.
Yeah, dude, this is like handwritten. This is fucking great.
You might want to read the very end though, so you know who it's from.
Written with sincerity and passion upon the 17th of Hammer, Thunder of the Star Walkers, return to 149 Dale Reckoning. Is that the Loving Father? Yeah. I mean, the start of it is my darling son.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that was written. That was written about like 8 days ago or so. So he must have wrote it before Sildar got back to Waterdeep.
Oh, so how did you know? Interesting.
You'll have to read the letter to find out. Yeah, big money.
I know.
Big money moves. Yeah. So you guys have your letter. After getting the gold, the sort of messenger just kind of looks at you and says, Mr. Kanye of House West, if you have any messages, I will be returning to your uncle in Neverwinter forthwith. If you have messages that are going that way.
Should I have any messages going that way?
He's not going to
No.
your dad. He's just going on to your uncle. So
Nah, I wouldn't have anything to say. I mean, in my background, like the rest of my family doesn't really like Kanye, so
yeah.
the only one who really liked me was the dad, who's the head.
So he kind of wheels around and heads off.
I just spit on the ground.
He heads straight off to Neverwinter, toward your uncle. Yeah.
I get a fresh pair of Yeezys.
Oh. These are the Yeezys of great fame in Neverwinter.
Yeah. One for you, just for your troubles. Be sure to wear it around my uncle.
Thank you very much, Sirrah. That is meaning a great deal to me, because these are going like hotcakes. Thank you, I'll take them and head forth on my journey. He heads off. He was just here to drop off a letter. Yeah. So there you go. We probably have, if there's a bit more also of, if you want to make your last like 3 checks to build the tomb, Pebble. Oh no, it's not even 3. Last 3 sleight of hands, and the last 3 animal handling, and any checks you want to do, D.
Myself or Leslie's funeral.
Okay, we're starting with 21.
Anyone? No?
I got a timer making me lag, so
That's alright, I'm lagging as well, so it's
it's
fine.
better.
So mine are 14, 17. My last 3 checks.
You can enjoy my lab before it disappears.
Nice one.
You're actually properly working right now.
I got 21. I got 21 for the first one. Then I've nat 20'd my second one.
Nice. Nice.
So that's 26, and then the last one is
24. Not bad. Awesome. Okay. Thinking about where people are. Tay just dropped. Is that me? No. Tay dropped. Cool.
So I don't know what just happened there.
That's all right, but so just kind of quick, what's happening? First of all, over the course of 10 days, you pretty much finish taming the owlbears, so that they will follow both of them, sort of basic commands. So you can use these like horses to get around, or leave them here. They seem to have connected on a deep physical and spiritual level, and yeah, Owlie's getting randy on a fairly regular basis now. Pebble, with your dad coming to help you, this goes from being like quite a nice looking like tomb to being probably like, for you, Kanye, this is like one of the most impressive things you've ever seen. Like, it's really intricately carved. You tell me what it looks like, Cal. What, however you want it to look in the end is how it looks, because you rolled so well on quite a few of them.
Is that
David just
one
posted in
bottom?
general, by the way.
That's fine.
So let me just make sure that I know where exactly we're doing this. We did it right at the back of the cave, didn't we?
So if you look on roll 20, don't know if you've got it up.
Is
or
it
not.
Sunday night? Sunday night is gaming
Yeah,
night.
Sunday night is gaming
Yeah.
night. I can show you where we were going to put it.
Cool. As long as I know where we're putting it, I have an idea of what I want it to look like. So many goblins.
Yeah, it's fine. So you told me it was planned to be like here. I don't know if that's a bit early to show you.
Bear with me. I'm
That's all right, bud.
just scrolling over now.
That's all right.
Oh, damn, I forgot. So many goblins.
So
Where?
many, truly so many goblins. Right. Let me just show you. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It's not showing up on my side.
It's like as you go to the left from the river. I see that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, what, that tunnel?
The
Yeah.
little like
Yeah.
alcove on the left, sort of halfway up.
All right. Yeah. No, I see your clicks. No. Good. Okay. So what it's gonna look like is almost like a cave-in. So it would be like out of clay and mud and rock. Like it looks almost like a stack of rubble of deep ore. But in the gaps would be
So I'm
growth.
reading the letter. It's fucking jokes.
So in
There's
the
gonna
gaps,
be like so in the gaps, it's gonna be like sort of mushrooms and sort of mycelium growth, both hewn out of clay, but also both from the spores, some of the spores that he had on him.
yeah,
So it'll glow with slightly from the spores. It will glow slightly in the dark, and it'll look like a very artfully done rubble and mushroom sort of setup, with at the front of it a mushroom shaped headstone and a wooden stick that looks roughly like a ukulele at the bottom of
Nice. Have you carved anything on this headstone?
it. I haven't yet.
So I think if you're as you've been kind of working with your dad, this whole time, your dad is like the he basically does all of the burials in your home village. You've never seen him like refer to himself as a priest or wear like priest robes, but he pretty much does that job for your village, or as close as anybody ever does. You're not particularly a religious set of gnomes. Gnomes not being massively into a kind of quite hardcore worship. Anyway, but your dad is the closest thing to like a priest. So you would know that if you wanted your dad to help you out with anything. But at the moment, he's just been kind of like helping you with the making the two, which looks incredible.
In which case, on the headstone will be a passage in Gnomish, because Pebble's not smart enough to think of putting it in Dwarven.
Yeah,
Effectively saying "Return to stone, racist mushroom."
excellent. Your dad helps you carve it in, and then he closes his eyes, and he begins to talk in. It's gnomish, but you know, you've heard this before, but it, it this is like very much like some of this is sort of gnomish. Some of this is very much like uh, a sort of a deeper kind of sounding language. It's kind of like flicking in between them. The gist of what you get out of this from your understanding of Gnomish is your dad basically says, I commit I commit whoever is here to the earth. I commit them to the uh, the gentle touch of our Lord. He rests like a diamond on top of the headstone. Which begins to glow with light. I wish for him to protect this one, to lead him to the true world below. I wish him safety as he passes on to his next life. I wish him to be protected from all. May you watch over him, Earthcaller, as he goes on into the next life. Pebble, religion check, please.
Yep.
Nice nat one on the performance check.
I know, right? He got stage fright and kind of got up there, got a little nervous, and then kind of just sunk back down.
While Pebble's dad is saying a really heartfelt speech in Gnomish, you are just like really struggling to get your hands hang around like this new bagpipe.
I'm rusty, right? I'm rusty.
There's like a brief moment, Pebble, where like you feel like maybe you saw something, but then you just see that your dad has like embedded this like small diamond, which is just like glowing faintly around the headstone, and is just like silently in prayer for a little while. Yeah, that's what it is. Anything else?
We had a lot of ceremony for Lassie. I have to say, there's been a lot of mourning for Lassie.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of mourning, but I don't think I think you've kind of had your moments with Lassie when he died. This is kind of just putting him to rest. So you finished taming the owlbears. You finished
And the mimic.
And the mimic. You finished making the mimic is like I said. It's like tame to within a certain extent of how tame can a mimic get. It won't attack you or anybody in the house. When it's outside the house, probably won't, but you're not 100%.
I just love that I have a backpack mimic.
Yeah. It is just kind of like on your back. Right, so you guys have kind of, as we're going to kind of like have that moment.
Yo, my mom's still alive.
Your mum is still alive.
Even wasn't she half human?
No, your mum's an elf. Your dad was the one who was the half elf.
Oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Oh shit, my dad's old as fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. So
Oh, so there's more reason to go to. Okay, yeah. Just so you guys there. My mom's in High Forest.
So, as you're reading the letter, Kanye, the place the ghost mentioned, that's the place.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
dad
yeah. I
mentioned.
put that together.
You'll have to bring it
Lady
along.
Cameron.
Right. So, what do you guys want to do, kind of going forward? I guess. Pebble, you kind of got to spend some time with your parents. Um,
Yeah.
you know, is there anything that you think you would have like discussed or like done over the 10 days?
I would have asked them why that man was. I would have asked them why that man was calling me a slur.
I think your mum would probably take that one as a. Well, you know, Pebble, how sometimes there's lots of gnomes and every gnome is different. And you know how you're a bit bigger than some of the boys your age? Well, although you are our son, you're not. Mummy and Daddy didn't so much as give birth to you, we were guided to you.
Double adopted?
Well, I know it's a shock and you'd never have thought of this, but Pebble, you're not a gnome.
Pebble's going to have a bit of a crisis.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
big moment.
Pebble's very confused. What then? Pebble not for mother. You
I
not supposed
hand
to make
him some
sense.
of the
Not
mushroom
gnome.
wine.
But Mother, well, you're. We're not 100% sure what you are, Pebble. You're our darling son, and that's all that matters, Pebble, because we love you and we don't 100% know what you are, but you're our son. Okay, Pebble? Mummy loves you. Would you like me to make you some mushroom stew?
Pebble would like that. Yes.
She goes off to make you stew. Your dad's just kind of sat there, um, trying to stay out of the conversation. I think your dad's quite an awkward person. Uh, you learned like all of your bad habits pretty much from your dad, um, who is a very very good potter, but very much struggles with kind of like social interactions and thinking. Uh, Very wise, but not very smart.
Yeah.
Um, but you can talk to your dad if you want to talk to your dad. It's up to you.
I think Pebbles is gonna digest for a bit after that.
Yeah,
Gonna deal with the fact that he is not a gnome.
yeah,
Uh, and yeah, he's gonna have a very firm conversation with whoever was calling him weird slurs.
yeah.
At a later date.
Your dad just kind of like sits next to you and doesn't say anything. Just
Actually, I tell you, no, I
company.
tell you what, I tell you what, I tell you what. Do I still have the mug
You
that I
do.
made?
You do indeed.
Okay. In which case, I'm gonna show it to my dad.
Ah, yes. So you do remember some of what happened, my darling.
Father, I had a strange dream a few weeks ago. Flashes, but this symbol,
I do not
it sticks in my
understand it
brain.
fully. We were traveling the world, your mother and I, for the Earth Caller. We had gone to visit a dwarven settlement, uh, and we were coming back, and we received a vision from the Earth Caller. I I did not know what to do. Your mother took me with her, and we found a woman, a human woman, holding a a babe. Uh, you, you. She was holding you, Pebble. Uh, I don't know where that symbol comes from, but she had a mark on her shoulder of that same strange triangle. I Our God told us to take you with us, and we did, and and then well, you were just so lovely and easy, not like many children, and you didn't cry, and you were rather big, but a good eater. And so we decided to keep you with us a bit longer, and then your mother just couldn't bear to have you go. And once you showed interest in pottery, of course, and it just seemed like it was best not to tell you until you found out on your own. And then Pebble, well, you didn't really ever find out. Uh, we tried to make things subtle, but there was never a good time to really explain it. And we love you, and that's all that matters, Pebble.
This very sorry. This is very confusing, Father. There's a lot to take in. I feel only but the love of my household, but of such confusion as to what I am and this symbol and where it comes from. I shall have to dig deeper. I feel to
Um,
find out what.
he touches you on the shoulder and says, "You could try praying, Pebble, to our Lord, the Earth Caller, and he must be watching over you, as he sent us to find you, and you could also perhaps. We found you near the Desserin Valley.
Desert Valley.
I, perhaps, if you wish to know more, uh, um, are you having this conversation like privately, or are you
It's
Well, I
somewhat, but
don't speak Gnomish.
it would be in Gnomish. So
so privately, or just out in front of everybody, but in Gnomish?
yeah,
Okay, let me just check.
like slightly to an aside, but not like we're
Okay.
not standing in there in the middle of the room shouting. But
As you, as your father says, Desserin Valley. Um, Roll a perception check.
yeah,
Ooh.
Pebble. And Kanye, actually, both of you can roll a perception check on this.
8.
So 8
Is
for
you?
Pebble.
Is it -3 for perception on you?
Yeah.
He's got no wisdom or in. Yours is still
Oh,
-1. 13.
13. I
Um,
know, but I'm like the best on our team for this. No,
13 is enough for you, Kanye, to see that Valen seems to perk up a little bit when he hears the words Desserin Valley.
can I detect thoughts?
Um, you can. Uh, um, as soon as you go to detect his thoughts, you hear. Okay, he doesn't notice you.
Oh,
As
wait. Just so I'm clear, because
Yeah.
I thought the first time around,
Yeah,
like,
normally yes, but he has a particular ability that would mean that
Okay,
he would
good to know.
normally.
Good to know.
Normally, it doesn't matter. People don't notice, but he's got something that
He's high
basically
level.
he's got something that he's got a passive perception of 20. So
Oh
like
shit.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Okay. Thank God. Okay.
so
Okay.
so
Cool.
he
Cool.
rolled very low to pick up on you getting into his thoughts. Um,
Right.
uh, right. So you see that he's thinking of the Desserin Valley. You see it's all a bit blurred, but basically you get the gist, which is there's been lots of rumors of different places have portals opening up. This place, obviously, Kainar's told them about, is one of them. Um, but there's been portals opening, or like rumors of them anyway, in Waterdeep, in sort of like the Elven Woods. It seems maybe sort of like further north. But one place where there's sort of confirmed reports is their space has been unstable in the Desserin Valley. So there's been rumours of portals opening up there. Um, do you do anything with him, or do you show him anything, or is that it?
You asking me?
Yeah, because you know.
No, that's probably about it. Like, maybe tell Pebble that I noticed that that's what I picked up,
Yeah.
but not immediately.
Okay. Yeah, your dad, Pebble, just sort of says they picked you up around the Desserin Valley
Mm.
when you were born, and then raised you as their own. But they were told to pick you up basically by their god, who your dad is a priest of,
It's the Earth Caller.
Sergajan Earthcaller.
Earth Caller.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. So yeah, Pebble's going to be deeply interested in going to said valley, the Desserin Valley.
Mm-hmm.
That's now Pebble's primary interest.
Yeah, and
He
that
will. He
place
will.
is like quite far.
Yeah.
We're not talking like close by at all.
No.
Um, yeah.
Okay. Later on, I will pray to Sojourn,
Oh,
Earth Caller.
nice.
But yeah, I think that's the end of that interaction for now. Pebble's got a lot to think about in
Yeah,
his
Wolf, I just read the letter.
chaos.
Yeah.
It's really very heartwarming letter you wrote there.
Yeah, there you go.
So, can I ask some questions that are just so I make sure I've understood it
Yeah.
correctly? My father is telling me not to come to Waterdeep because. Sorry, my light bulb's going crazy. I think I changed the bulb. Not to come to Waterdeep to go forge my own epic. Did he legitimize me?
He did.
Right, so I'm now a legitimate
So
House West.
he's made you like the legitimate member of the house against your stepmother's wishes,
Who's a tiefling?
who I think is dead or is very very old if she's not. Um, your
But
mum,
she's tiefling.
she's a tiefling, yeah.
Yeah, tiefling. Yeah.
So
Okay, interesting. Because you said Devil's Blood, and I was like, huh?
yeah. So your stepmom was a tiefling, and then had two kids. One of them has gone to Candlekeep
Yeah.
to be sent out, basically to be sort of sent away because your dad essentially is like pretty much like, don't come here. It's bad here. Go kind of do your own thing, forge your own path, but kind of don't get involved in our problems.
And I got an
But
uncle in Neverwinter.
yeah, so there's an uncle
Well,
in
you said
yeah.
there's a part about sending the rest of House West. So is House West moving from Waterdeep?
So what you got from the letter is that the members of House West is essentially your dad, your stepmom, and the two siblings. There's a branch of House West, which is your dad's brother who set up in Neverwinter. But your dad seems to be like, we're all getting out of Waterdeep, basically. So he's kind of like, don't come here. Your brother will stay here with me, but your sister's already run away, and I don't want you to kind of get involved.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to take a quick pee break. If there's anything you want to do or kind of like plans for the next sort of stage, now's the kind of time.
So, Cal,
Yeah.
how urgent is this want to go over there?
It's pretty.
Right, and I
Like
imagine this is a lot of.
Pebbles' entire grand story,
Right.
from leaving the gnomes, was to try and figure out why he was different. He thought he was a gnome.
Yeah, I love that.
Uh,
Love that.
but he knew, like,
Yeah.
obviously he wasn't the same as everyone else.
So I have like kind of three different things I would be wanting to do. My mom is in High Forest, where that ghost lady's told us to go. My uncle is obviously in Neverwinter, and I think it would be good to go to see either of them before we go to Waterdeep. But for me, a big goal of mine is to get to Waterdeep.
Yeah, so that's that. So I think as big as Waterdeep a goal is for you is Neverland Valley for Pebble. Sorry, Nesserin Valley.
Maybe we head in a direction that can meet two of our goals. So either seeing my uncle or seeing my mom. And then if that's in the same direction, I think we need to understand the geography of everything.
I was literally about to say, probably best that we get an idea of a map. Also, like, as much as this is an urgent goal for Pebble, we do have a dragon kicking about. B, Dharma.
Yeah.
Go look
Yeah,
for.
that's my yeah, you know what I mean? Like honestly, I think Kanye wouldn't give a shit about Dharma. Just purely on the fact that he didn't say bye and didn't leave him a message. Petty as shit. Well, can we know like geography of these things? Like where in terms of High Forest,
Okay.
Neverwinter, the whatever
Okay.
Drician
So
Plain.
so to get to the High Forest, from where you are, the High Forest is like way inland. Um, sort of, if I'm kind of thinking of distances from where you are, uh, assuming that you don't have something to fly, which would make it slightly faster, to
We
get to
could use the
to
we
get to kind of uh, where you would assume your mum is going to be at least sort of 21 days, maybe
Jesus.
22 days, sort of travel, with like sort of flying. It would still be like 7 days, 8 days of flying to get there. To get to where I assume Pebble was asking where Desserin Valley is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to get there is kind of like maybe half that, like 4 days of flying, about sort of like 11 days of kind of like riding
Same direction.
in the same direction.
Right.
To get to
Neverwinter or Candlekeep.
so to get to Neverwinter would be um, sort of from where you are. To get to Neverwinter would take you like maybe on your on the owlbears, it would probably be like 2 days, maybe like a day and a bit on griffins, um, and then if you wanted to get to say Waterdeep from where you are, that would be about 10, probably about 9 days on owlbears, but about like 3 days on griffins, because you can avoid a big chunk of it if you flew um, through the mountains.
Okay.
It's more distance sort of to go over towards everybody else's thing. It's about the same
Would it
distance from to Waterdeep from here as it is to the valley. from here.
Would it be cheaty of me or metagaming of me to have a look at the Savage Frontier world map so I can get
Um,
a concept of it?
if you wanted to look at a map of the Sword Coast, I think you probably need to have bought one
Fine.
to really kind of know the way. If you
Yeah.
get to a big city and buy a map of the Sword Coast, absolutely. But for now, I think you could be told things, but you probably wouldn't know exactly how to work it out.
Fine.
Uh,
Makes sense.
just because Pebble's only ever really gone to like 4 or 5, but like for Pebble, the furthest you got was like halfway towards Neverwinter. Like you've pretty much been like 2 or 3 days travel is the furthest you've ever been away from home, and that was like on foot, so like relatively close. Uh, you've probably only been like a day's ride away from your home.
Mm.
So yeah, and I will get
We're just trying to figure out
places to go.
Yeah,
what
next
our
one.
yeah our path really.
Yeah.
Um,
And
because I
I will get back to you on exactly like how long it would take to get from place to place because I need to double check where your one is basically. Pebble.
mm.
I think
Teleport would be really fucking useful right now.
yeah.
But we do have sticks of gate, but I think that's different planes, isn't it?
Oh, you mean
Yeah, that's
the
different
candles?
planes.
Ah,
Yeah, it's different planes. Uh, so yeah, to get to the place that you would need is a valley that's about like 4 days flight, I guess. Pebble.
mm,
It's about 3 days flight to sort of Waterdeep, and like obviously the the way to Waterdeep by like foot or by horseback is pretty fucking beastly. Um, and uh, and then the other way is it's probably like a day's travel to get to Neverwinter from where you are.
I think Neverwinter would probably be a good shout for us because the guy who runs Neverwinter was the former mayor of Waterdeep, and maybe we can get some information. He's also the dude that apparently hid gold in Waterdeep, so that might just be good. And then I can talk to my uncle, and that's just nearby. But I mean,
So
I just yeah,
the
I don't
place
know what
for
kind of you want to
so
do.
the place for the Pebble would know Dharma went to is just outside of Neverwinter, a bit closer towards the forest, near the ruins of Thunder Tree, which is where you have
And where that
a
druid
quest.
is,
Yeah,
right?
where the druid is. There's a place called Helm's Hold, which is where Dharma went to basically kind of take some time away from the world.
so
Pebble try to convince Kanye about going to see Dharma.
if we're going if Neverwinter's high on Kanye's list
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Dharma
There's reason for him to
and
go there.
Helms, yeah, there's reason for Kanye to go to Neverwinter. Helm's Hold is close to Neverwinter.
Very close.
Is it on the way?
Uh, it basically if you kind of it, how do I put it? Uh, it's pretty much on the way. It's like maybe like a day, like less than a day's travel, I guess, from to Neverwinter to yeah. Basically, if you went really really quick, it would be like 7 hours, like speed walking to get from Helm's Hold to Neverwinter. So
Oh,
by
Wolf, would I get
riding,
my money from the business now? Sorry to interrupt you.
sorry, what was that?
Would I get the money from the business
You
now?
got the money. When do you get the
No,
money?
remember you made me take it back?
Yeah, I did. When do you get the money? I don't know if you get the money just yet. Actually, let me just
Okay,
check.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
No, you don't get the money just yet. You still
Alright,
have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, and then you get the money.
cool, cool.
So if you kind of do one more thing, by the time you kind of finish a journey somewhere else and come back, it probably will be about time.
Cool.
Neverwinter is also where you've been selling Yeezys.
Oh yeah. So
So-
it's quite a good idea for us to
So
go there.
the goblins have basically been selling Yeezys to a place like a fort that they've told you about that you've not gone to, and then that place passes them on to Neverwinter. So you know that actually the place that they've been taking the Yeezys to sell is actually is Helm's Hold.
Yeah, and the okay. Oh.
So
Oh.
there's another place on the way there, but basically the way they get to Neverwinter is the goblins take it to another goblin tribe, who pass off to some human friends, who then take it to Helm's Hold, and then
Wait,
it
and the
gets to
guy
Neverwinter.
who runs Neverwinter is a big fan of Yeezys, right?
Yes, he is.
He's the one who got the trend going.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm commissioning a special pair for him.
Nice, nice. So you're probably like I said, it's probably like 2.5 days ride to get to
Yeah,
Helm's
Cal.
Hold.
I think again we're all gonna next time we play we're gonna do it in person so we can talk about it a little bit more. But I say that our best shout is Neverwinter. Go by.
Yeah, I think
Dharma.
I think that's probably the best thing. If we go Neverwinter, then we can pick up Dharma. You can do your business stuff. We can check on the thing you wanted to check on.
Talk to my
and
uncle.
talk to your uncle. There's that druid up there.
Yeah. There's a lot to
talk-
go. But is that where the dragon thing is? The
The
dragon.
dragon slaying.
No, the
wall.
dragon slaying, like the
So I think
dragon.
that's a good shout to go check that
If I
out.
remember rightly, the dragon barrow is about. Let me just check. Where is it? Is it?
Wait, also, Pebble, do you have proficiency in martial weapons?
Yes.
So you could use this whip.
Is it martial? I thought.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
martial.
best.
Yeah, and you finally have a magical weapon.
Yeah.
It's very not a weapon Pebble would use.
Yeah.
Uh,
if I tie my maul to the end of this whip,
no. Before you say anything else, no. Let me just check where this dragon barrow is.
well, to be fair, if I'm proficient in it, like, may as well use it as a secondary weapon. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't displace my maul, but like if we were doing something and my weapon wasn't working.
It gives off an aura of evil.
Right, where's the dragon barrow?
Pretty decent. 1d6 slashing and 1d6 fire damage on hit.
Do you know what, actually? The dragon barrow is not far away from Helm's Hold.
So I think
there we go. That's the plan.
that sounds like
So
the best
basically-
course of action.
Basically, you've got Neverwinter up sort of like the top. You would have come kind of past Helm's Hold, Kanye, when you came down towards Phandalin anyway, because you started in Neverwinter. That's probably like what's each hex worth again? So that's probably about 5 to 10 miles away, and then another 5 or 10 miles away from that, maybe 15 miles, is the Dragon Barrow, and that's kind of further along the same road. From Helm's Hold, it's like 15 miles over towards Thunder Tree. So you've got like the Dragon Barrow and Thunder Tree are kind of within sort of a short distance, and then obviously you've got the cave, Wave Echo Cave from Gundren. Whenever you get around to that as well.
Oh fuck, man! Yeah, there's so much shit to do. There's so much shit to do.
So okay, right. So we're in Phandalin, right? Or we're near to Phandalin, right?
So you're
Close by.
You're probably about 15 miles out of Phandalin.
Okay. So that just gives me an idea. So yeah, I'll tell you what. We ready up, pack up, get going. 3 of us.
By the way, Valen
we'll
is
go
here, and
towards-
he does have hippogriffs with him. So
Right.
But I
you
want to bring
could.
the owlbears with us.
So you can either ride the owlbears, in which case I think the journey would be about two-ish days, or you can fly, in which case the journey is like a day and a half ish.
What do you think? I think the owlbears would be a good shout to have.
It'd be good to have the owlbears, but in theory, like, it'd be good. Do we want the owlbears just chilling out at home mating, or we like?
Well,
If we have,
can
if
we
we're having
tell if
the
Owlie's
owlbear,
pregnant?
she's been randy recently.
Owlie is totally not pregnant. No, not like this soon. It's like literally just been
Okay, then we
randy for
leave
about a
them.
couple of days.
I say we leave them then.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Is if we're trying to
So it's
breed
it's
owlbear.
about a day and a quarter if you fly on griffins over. It would be about, I want to say, about 2.5 days to ride there.
Okay. So my suggested course of action, out of character, is go fetch Dharma, then go to the Dragon Barrow, then go to Neverwinter to do your thing and see the Druid. In what was it, Thunder
Neverwinter.
Thunder tree.
Oh,
Thunder
that would
Tree?
be.
So
Yeah.
that would be in my mind the push of events. It's either that or I mean, how much time we have left today? Not much.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we
You
could.
could do the travel time today if you want to do travel.
Let's do if we do the travel time today. I'd just say we don't have enough time to clear the Dragon Barrow. I imagine.
No.
Yeah. So in which case, with in mind of in character, Pebble will want to see Dharma.
Would you would you convince Kanye?
Yes. Well, we will try to.
Just pick up Kanye and keep walking.
Yeah, with my +2
Well,
persuasion.
you're heading that way anyway, but you can try and
Yeah.
persuade Kanye.
That's effectively what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna go like this. Kanye, we go up Neverwinter. Neverwinter we go. We want a magic hammer. Yes.
Yes.
Magic hammer make dragon explode. Boss.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Pebble want magic hammer. Magic hammer good for everyone. But near magic hammer is Dharma. Dharma is near. We should say hi.
I don't know. He didn't say bye to me last time, and kind of pisses me off.
Then would it not be good reason to see him so he can say bye?
With that logic, you got me, Pebble.
Woo! No sense logic. We're here for it.
And I hand him the demon hide whip for you.
Pebble is going to look at this very fucking suspiciously and put it on his little tunic belt thing.
Nice.
The cries of the damned echoing him.
Yeah, but add it to your inventory, man, and look at the description of the weapon.
I didn't know. What's it called? Demon hide whip.
Yeah. Wolf, fantastic job on that note, man. That was great. I love that.
Glad
I
you
Yeah, I
see it.
completely forgot I had this, and then like you're like, okay, someone comes. I'm like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah. The setup. That was meant to happen like last session as well. It's just like, okay, I guess we don't get to it. We don't get to it, and it was like, oh, it's happening. So, are you guys going to head to Neverwinter then?
Yeah, we're gonna buy some griffins.
I can't find the demon hide whip in my items.
Really? Type in demon and it should pop up.
It
My
might
demon,
not.
my
It might not work.
Be-
Let me just check whether you've got sometimes because you didn't have homebrew content enabled. And it's
Yo, there's some
homebrew
crazy
shit.
item. Demon
so
armor?
if I go back to Pebble, should I
Let me just, if you refresh now, you should be able to find it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I also saw. I was also reminded of one of my favorite wondrous items, in looking. Was the deck of many things.
Oh yeah. One day I'll give it to you guys and
One
ruin
day.
a campaign. Do it for a one shot.
Deck of many things?
Oh,
Deck of
dude,
many things.
Deck of
Oh,
Many
Fucking
Things
awesome.
is a
yeah.
like mad, just madness.
Well, it's a game breaker, isn't it?
Yeah. That it can be, I think, like absolutely game breaking. Well, because it can be like you lose all of your items.
I've
Dude,
got
Pebble is
a homebrew
minted.
on.
Holy fuck! I did not realize how much money Pebble has.
People don't spend money.
Damn, you
How
guys
much?
are fucking rolling.
Pebble's got 800 GB.
God damn. It's to be fair, I've been buying a lot of shit as well.
Yeah.
It's just there's nothing that I can buy at the moment. Ah, got it, found it.
Yeah.
Red leather, and it is always warm to touch. Yeah, if a creature struck with a whip makes a noise of pain. Whip sent the feeling of mental choice. Okay, very Slanesh.
Yep. Have
The
fun with that.
demon hide whip has a reach of 10 feet and deals 1d6 slash damage and additional 1d6 fire damage.
The
Whip is
one thing
immune to
is
fire damage.
you won't get you wouldn't get your rage bonus if you use it though. You won't get your +2 damage bonus. Sorry.
How come?
Because it's not a strength weapon,
Ah, yes, you're right.
so it will only be with strength weapons. But you could like if you're hitting something that is like resistant to blunt like weapons, it would do
Yeah,
more
it's massive.
damage because it wouldn't.
It's also a magical weapon, which
Yeah.
you're severely lacking.
Yeah,
For now.
that's why.
But
For
now,
now,
who knows?
until we get the maul of dragon explode.
Yeah.
There's some crazy armor though, like crazy items. I just looked at this thing called demon armor. You don't you can this. It's like nuts. People get so creative with this shit.
Right. Deck of many things. Let me just read out what it does because I need you to know, Taylor. It's so good.
No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I've seen the Critical Role series about it.
Yeah.
Oh, have we been watching fucking what's it called? The Critical Role's got a thing on Amazon Prime.
I'm gonna watch it
yeah?
this season.
I've
Apparently
been
they've animated it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it good?
I enjoyed it.
All
Nice.
right, awesome. I got.
That's my plan for this evening.
Oh, dope. I'll check it out.
Yeah, man. So are you guys going to head off then towards Neverwinter? I'm guessing.
Well,
Yeah.
Helm's Hold.
Or to Helm's
Yeah.
Hold, yeah. So are you going to stop at the Dragon Barrow on the way, or are you going to try and just like push through and get stuff done first, and then do it on the way back?
I think we should realistically meet up with. We probably want to meet up with Dharma.
I'm thinking
Would
if
we?
we're gonna
Yeah.
do something, we've just had 2 people die in our party
Yeah.
and had a very, very tough encounter. We're probably going to want to have all the people we can get. So, namely, getting Martin back in the fold, which leads into him either bringing back Dharma or his next character next session in person. So yeah, let's go Helm's Hold directly, and then either on our way back home or before we do Neverwinter.
Okay, so I need to know how fast you plan to go, because it will impact how long it takes to travel. I think it's going to be like 2.5 days ish, but you could probably get it done in 2 if you went fast. But obviously, if you're going fast, it's harder for you to see shit coming.
I think we'll just go at normal pace. Surely, there's no reason we're in a rush.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're also flying.
are you going by Hippogriff or are you going by Albert?
Hippogriff.
Okay, so
We want those Albers to be mating.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that Nil is coming with you to explore.
Yeah.
So you 3 get on hippogriffs and head off towards sort of Neverwinter the next day, basically after you finish the grave and the funeral. It's like the day after. So it's going to be. Could I have one of you just roll a d20 for me?
You're gonna roll one in real life because I haven't rolled a dice in a minute.
Yeah. Next week, man, bring your dice.
Yeah. Cal, do you want to go together? Want to try to make it up together as well again, or?
Yeah, we'll make that happen this time.
Alright.
Let's get it. Yeah, I've rolled a 5.
5. Okay, cool. You wanted to roll low.
Right result.
The weather gets a bit tougher, and you have to land a bit earlier, but nothing seems to bother you. Whatever would come out is going to sort of keep in because there's a bit of snow sort of coming down at the moment. It's quite like cold part of the year. It's getting to be the darkest day in like 3 days or so. But that does put you back a little bit. Could you both tick off like one set of rations
Yep.
for yourselves and tick off another set for your hippogriffs?
I need to stop again.
Yeah, but I'll say I haven't added rations in a minute. How many
Yeah, I
rations
didn't
do you
even think
take?
about. Maybe we should pick that up from the place that gave us free food.
Yes.
Yeah, that only lasts for a short amount of time though. You can't like get it in bulk. If you see
Store
what I
it.
mean for like future things.
Okay.
So I think you probably haven't. I think you definitely had enough rations, Kanye, for a little bit. You probably have enough for this day today. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying. I think I'm
roll
out
another
now.
d20. See if we keep you out in the wild
You
or
got
not.
this, Cal?
Yep. You need a different d20 this time. I rolled a 12.
Okay. You see no other problems. You're not attacked. You fly for another sort of like half a day after you get up. You're going to need to stop somewhere and eat today and find somewhere to like stable the hippogriffs. Um, as you fly over, though, you see the sort of like just out on the edge of the horizon. You can see like big, sort of like thick walls, the beginnings of a city. But in front of you, you see that there is obviously a walled town, essentially. Um, so it is. Let me just find the. So it's. This is kind of like stretching out before you is Helmed Hold. This place is like a big fortified city. If I find a picture for you, just very very quickly, so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Um, uh, so this place is like near to the woods, much closer. Um, as you get closer to this place as well, Pebble, you start to feel very comfortable in this place. Um, this place feels a bit like Gnome Guard did in terms of very kind of like magically charged.
Yeah.